I'm going to be rating the gyms around the St. Louis area, and I'm starting with my home gym, which is Upper Limits in Maryland Heights. I climb here at least 2 times a week for a few years now, and there are a lot of good and bad things about this gym, so let's dive into it. First, I'm going to be talking about lead climbing. I really enjoy the lead climbing here. I feel like they set really well. There's a lot of different walls with different angles. You'll see the cave here in a second when this video pans over to it. There's a lot of good cave and arêtes and dihedrals. And unfortunately, there's no slab, but there is this crack here. The crack climbing is fun. It looks weird here because the door is open for them to access some things, but that's a crack climb right there that goes up to a really tough finger lock section that's super hard to do, but I really enjoy the lead climbing here. There's also some auto belays, as you can see, for top rope. My biggest problem with all of the lead climbing here is that they are so slow to reset everything. I know they've been working on it recently. They've been having meetings about it, but I mean, it's still really slow to reset, so expect some routes to be up for nearly a year before they really change. So that's the most frustrating thing, is that if you climb here multiple times a week, then you're going to have all your projects done, or you're going to be tired of doing them over and over, and they just don't set enough new stuff. That's the biggest complaint that I would have with the lead. But besides that, they have really good routes, and it is good fun lead climbing. For the boulder, I really enjoy their bouldering as well. I like that you can top it out, and again, that there's a lot of different angles. You got some cave and some slab. And for the bouldering, they do reset it quite a bit more frequently than the lead climbing, from what I've seen. So at least there's new stuff pretty frequently. My only real complaint with the bouldering is that just because of the way it's built, it kind of lends itself to a specific style. Like the Chesterfield gym, which I'll talk about in the future, has a lot of different angled walls that you can like stem on and do all sorts of different techniques. But this boulder kind of forces you to do some strong, powerful boulders. But I really do enjoy it, and I think that there's plenty of good bouldering to do here, and that it's worth coming here even if you're just going to boulder, for sure. And then one thing I said that wasn't exactly true is I said there was no slab, which there is some slab. It's just top rope only. And then moving on, you can see showing you the little training corner here. This is included with your normal pass. They got a couple hangboards and tools you can use to train here. And then I'm going to move on to the boardroom, which is more like their paid training room. You have to pay extra on top of your membership to go in the boardroom, but it is pretty cool. So let's get into that. So the boardroom's really nice. I've done months where I've just paid for the boardroom because I've been more motivated in training. And like I said, they don't reset the lead routes a ton. So if I feel like I just want to train and not pay the full price to go do everything else, then I think this is totally a good option. The spray wall in here is amazing, and also the hours can be kind of different because you use a thumbprint scanner to get in when you'd like. So here's the spray wall. It's even bigger than it really looks in this picture. It's very tiring just to traverse from the left side there to the right side, and it's pretty steep as well. I really like this spray wall. I think that the holds are spread out just enough, and that the holds are all really good in quality, and there's a lot of variety even in the angles. I've seen a lot of really strong climbers in here making up different boulders and just doing a ton of different exercises on this spray wall. So I think that it's pretty much worth the $15 a month alone just to come in here and use this. But there also are some other tools in this boardroom, such as some campus rungs here, which I'll show you. So here's the campus wall. They got all sorts of different things you can use. And then on the left there, you can see the moon board. I believe it's the 2016 moon board. So, I mean, there's infinite training opportunity right there in the moon board if that's your style. They also, as you can see, have some exercise balls and then some free weights and some hanging rings and other things that aren't really in this picture, but most of the boardroom consists of what you see here, and then the spray wall, which would be behind me in the picture. And one other complaint I have with this gym that doesn't have anything to do with the setting or the quality of the routes is that it gets so busy, especially in the afternoons. They have kids classes and kids teams and, just the general rush of people going after work. So if you go on a weeknight, like I said, in the evening, it'll be super packed and you'll be waiting in a line for pretty much every single climb you want to do, which is super annoying. That's one of my biggest, pet peeves about this gym, along with the slow route setting. But besides that, I really do enjoy this gym. They got a lot of different angled walls and just a lot of good quality routes and boulders and training opportunities. So in general, I would give this gym like a 6 out of 10. I would definitely recommend you climb here. I would just recommend that you try to come earlier in the day when it's dead. One last thing I forgot to mention is that there is a free weights room where there's some machines and dumbbells for you to do some workouts, and that's included with the main pass, not with the boardroom. The boardroom, I think, has some weights, but not much. So overall, I would rate Maryland Heights Upper Limits a 6 out of 10. I would rate it higher if you can make it there in the middle of the day when nobody is there, and I would rate it lower if you're going to be forced to climb on weeknights only when it's super busy. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to do this with all the gyms in the St. Louis area so that you guys can decide if you want to try a new gym or maybe not.